What up, guys and girls? Another brand new video coming at you today. We are back for another round of the Race Spec F1 Esports Pacific Series Tier 1 on the PS4. We're here for round number 8 here at the French Grand Prix. 32 points between Zach Crichton and X Revolution in the standings. Mercedes have a 2-point advantage over Ferrari with Williams in position 4 there. We're, I haven't pointed out, we're currently position 11 after what turned out to be an interesting race, but there's the overall penalty points situation there. I think Spilly, from memory, copped 3 penalty points for all that stuff that happened in Canada. But if you haven't gone checked out the Canadian footage, go check it out. Obviously, there'll obviously be a thingo at the end of this video, as there always is. If you want to go check it out, or if you want to go check out the links as well. Or if you just want to go check out the live stream, there'll be a link down below in the description here. But the French Grand Prix, I mean, I was sort of looking forward to this one as well. Sort of like trying for a little bit of redemption here after last time out at the Canadian Grand Prix. And probably one and only times that I've raced around the French Grand Prix circuit. I mean, I think I've raced here in Formula 2 cars, but not too much in the Formula 1 cars. I think maybe whatever the last race was scheduled for France, I think it might have been the NRL Grand Final or something. But anyway, first run at the moment there with on the medium compounded tyres is going to position 4 there with a, what was that, a 132.117. But we did a cool down lap, obviously. It's just usually you want to give these tyres maybe a couple of runs just to make sure you get enough out of the tyres. But I think this plan here was is to start on the soft compounded tyres. And there's potential that you could do the one stop around here. I think I was doing some inquiries potentially before this race, with my VSR gang. That's about, well, yeah, I think it might have been with the gang. It might have been for somebody else was maybe asking for a French setup, and a few of the guys were saying that softs medium is the way to go. So, you know what, we're going to try something different. I think everybody else might be trying mediums to hards, which is probably another decent strategy around here. But we're going to improve on our lap time here. We dropped to P7. We jumped to P6 in the end with a, excuse me, nearly losing my voice there. We did a, where is it here? I'm looking at the wrong one. 131.881 there, as the Williams crew just appeared out of nowhere when my teammate went back into the garage. So these Williams guys are absolutely incredible here, I've got to say. But probably the bad thing about it is we're behind our teammate Toddy, who's done his fastest lap so far on the hard compounded tyres here. As you can see there, we're currently position 5. No, sorry, his teammate is position 5. We're P6, so we're pretty much even. Well, pretty close to each other again. We only had 16 runners, I think, 15, 16 runners for this event. We were down a few numbers there. It's we didn't come out now on a set of the soft compounded tyres. I think that's Banana Cake Pie behind it kindly let us out there. Now, originally, I was doing a run there. I think we're about 5 3/4 quicker than our previous time here on the medium well, the fastest lap we did on the mediums. So there was potential that it was going to be a decent lap, and hopefully, if we get a good lap time in, then we can get ourselves in a good position for the race, depending on what happens anyway. But I think Plebs is the current leader at the moment here. But
shut the fuck up or I'll kick you from the fucking party.
Is that Toddy is not happy because we got the race-winning strategist, you could say, from last time out in the party with Dougie Falcons. We also got the last race winner, Jay Schmidt, also in the party, as well as my teammate Aaron. My teammate Toddy, I should say. Aaron is also here, I think, and Banana Cake's also in there as well. Again, if I'm missing someone out, I do apologise. I don't think 40 was in this party chat for this race. But here we go for our flying lap here on the soft compounded tyres. We've dropped all the way down to P12 here, so we could get a decent starting position here. That'd be great. But flying through turn 5, I think Aaron may have possibly invalidated his lap time through the first couple of corners there. But Sector 1 is looking, well, decent-ish at the moment. Nearly 0.6 of a second quicker than our previous lap time, obviously. Now along this very, one of the first long straights around here. braking near the 50-metre ball through turn 8 and through turn 9. Well, he uses quite a lot of curb. He can get away with getting over that curb, as long as you don't invalidate the lap, obviously. But we're now about a second quicker than our previous lap time here, so I don't think we're too far away from the pole sitter's time at the moment, which is still Plez at this stage, which is a little bit surprising. I thought maybe somebody would have maybe bettered the lap time at the moment, but he still set the lap time he set a decent lap time at the moment, which is going to be probably hard to beat. We had a lock-up coming through turn 12, which is a bit of a tricky corner for me throughout this whole weekend. Now through turn 14 into the last final corner here. Probably didn't quite nail the last corner there, but may have lost a little bit of time there. We're currently position 12. We jump up into P6. We pretty much halved our grid spot there, so we're ahead of our teammate and behind Spilly there. But what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to pipe down here and let you just enjoy a lap on board the Renault of Plevs. Enjoy.
Fastest lap. Good job.
So there you go. That was the Pulsar's lap, and he set that with about 5.5 minutes left on the clock. And somehow it still stood in the end. So Plevs does get pole position with a 29.9 ahead of Romeo Alonso with a very decent lap. Zach Crichton, it's an all Mercedes second row with Zach Crichton and BK. Spilly there in P5, then ourselves in P6. And again, sort of a bit of a mixture up and down. As well, I think 4 of us that are starting in the top 10 on the softs, everybody else on the mediums, and who knows what everybody else outside 10 is going to be doing.
Show them what you can do.
It's here we go to the welcome to the grid, obviously, ladies, guys and girls, for the French Grand Prix. So I think Dougie's listening into the live stream now. I don't know which live stream in there, but race strategy wise, well, he's telling me to do a 2-stop around for the French Grand Prix, but I was keen to try this 1-stop out, softs to mediums, and see whether this strategy would work in the end. So basically, you probably ignore that last soft tyre, as that's probably not going to be necessary unless absolutely necessary, as we get set off for the formation lap here. So we get a decent-ish start.
To make sure the engagement is okay before the start. We're going to want to put some temperature into the tyres and brakes. We need to keep the engine cooler.
Where's my move like this? Fucking dumb cunt. Get the fuck away from me, you fucking idiot.
Who are you talking about, cunt?
Oh, that's
Billy.
you.
You want one?
It was Schmidt. I thought it was Billy.
So Toddy's just getting his drivers mixed up there. He thought Spilly was behind him, but actually Spilly's in front of us, Toddy. So he didn't realise it was actually Jay Schmidt. So pretty much it's a racing point sandwich, and 2 Williams are stuck between it. So let's see how we go off the start line. Anyway, that was so funny in the end. Here we go. Just everybody gets readied up here. We should be all set to go. Here we go. We're all set for round 8 at the French Grand Prix. 5 red lights. Let's do it around circuit Paul Ricard. We've got Plevs on board screen as well. So we get a really decent start off the line here. We're pulling alongside both the Mercedes cars here. Getting a little bit squeezed there from a BK. I think we're going side by side with a few cars through here as there's contact with another car there. I think you'll find it's my teammate Now, at the time, I had no idea that it was my teammate. I originally thought it was like one of the racing points. Somebody's getting a little bit squeezed there from Spilly there. I think there's chaos behind as well.
I've never seen anyone race.
I think Aaron's complaining about Zeffy, so something's occurred behind there with the Haas driver and obviously Aaron in the Red Bull. So just Spilly trying to break the slipstream already. I was very, very apologetic to Toddy in the end. You probably hear in the foreground.
I think he's going to be a teammate.
So I think we've sort of cleared it up a little bit there, but oh my word, that's probably the last thing I wanted to do is tangle with. What's the number one rule I have when we do league racing is don't tangle with your teammate, and unfortunately me and Toddy have made contact. He's got front wing damage. He's going to have to basically put up with it until potentially the pit stop, or unless the safety car comes out, as we lost the spot to 40, who's up in position 8 now, so sorry, P7 I should say, but we dropped back to P8, so we're now dropped a couple of spots off the starters. The bollard went flying into turn 1 there. I think one of the Mercedes cars may have taken that one out, but it did literally go flying as there's yellow flags behind as F1 Hawks retired from the Grand Prix. Safety car has now been deployed, so Aaron's wish has sort of come true there. That was Aaron's voice that was saying that he was praying for a safety car. Now, this is a bit of an interesting call, what you do from here on in here. We're getting a strategy call here as trying to get from the expert strategist Dougie. Well, both I think Toddy and Schmitty were trying to get a word about what to do here. Here we go. Here's a replay. Let's see what happened off the start here. So you can see I got a fairly decent start here. At least I was pulling alongside both the Mercedes cars here. So Toddy goes straight up the inside here. Now, like I said, originally I thought it was a racing point, but that was, again, like I said, that was a very, very awkward moment there. It's literally, I'm sandwiched between the racing points. Now, as both the Mercedes cars going side by side through here, I think BK is going to have the momentum here because he's on the soft compounder tyres and Zach's on the medium. So BK wins that one. But back we go to Aaron, who started outside the 10. He's on the hard compounder tyres. Let's see what happened here with he and Zeffy. A little bit of contact there. May have got a bit more contact in the end, finished off by somebody else. But as he rejoins, I think he sort of cuts the circuit a little bit here and it gets a 5-second penalty. Might be 10, I don't know. I've got my graphic there. Well, when I'm doing this video here, that'll probably be fixed up in the end. But here's what happened. I think Zach was probably, maybe, I don't know whether he was originally planning on coming in or not, but I think he may have aborted when he saw his teammate come into the pit lane. So here we go. This is a few of the soft runners coming in. So Plebs is now onto the hard compounder tyres and he just slots in behind my teammate, who's also coming to the pit lane. Now, obviously, Toddy did start on the medium compounder tyres, so he'll get that front wing changed. I think BK's gone onto the hards as well. Spilly's also gone onto the hards as the front wing's changed on Toddy's car as he just manages to get ahead of Lazy Towel in the end. I probably should point out, Lazy Towel's also in the party chat as well. So, sorry, I keep forgetting that there's always people. I should really write this down in my notes, say who was in the party chat before when I do these videos. This 40 nearly slams into the back of Zach Crichton there. I don't know whether there was actual contact or not. May have gotten away with that there, but we've stayed out, as well as I think Romeo Alonso's also stayed out. So we're sort of still following the planned strategy, which is I think lap 8 or 7 or 8 or something, and then go into the medium tyres. But here we go. We're going back racing now. We got Jay Schmidt not far behind us as well in the racing point, so we've got to make hay while the sun shines here. Excuse me. Been getting another strategy change by Jeff there. Now, after last week, I pretty much wanted to kill him, but I think I'm still going to ignore him at this point in time. We've still got it might have been an option for a hard compounder tyre. I don't actually know in the end, but you can see we lost a bit of momentum there as we get a track limits warning there, as I think there's been a little bit of drama behind there between possibly Aaron and Lazy Towel. I don't actually know. It's just what I was hearing in the party chat anyway. So But as we go through turn 10 through there,
It's all good, don't worry about
as
it.
you see, these three are the top three are pretty close to each other. I was hoping they would actually battle it out so I could catch back up again. But again, we've still got Schmitty behind us. We lock up going into turn 12. And there you go. Well, there's a time penalty as well. So it seemed a bit harsh at the time. But I don't know in the end. You can probably make your own guesses. 40's now gone around. So no idea what happened there, whether that was contact or whether he just slid the car in the end. We managed to only lose a couple of spots in the end, but we're back up into P4. Here's our teammate trying to make a bit of a comeback here in P13. He's going side by side here with Gaming Burger here in turn 10, and I think he'll make the move stick. Yes, he does. So he's up into P12. Next up is Spilly. I think you'll find that back we go to our point of view. Lap 6 sort of dropped away a little bit from Schmitty behind. Schmitty ahead, I should say. Now under attack from a 40 in the Ferrari. He's trying his absolute best. I mean, I was trying to break the slipstream a little bit by going on the curb, but it was sort of no use in the end. So we managed to hang on into the first chicane, but it's usually sort of coming out of here. If you get the good drive out of here, which 40 looks like he has, I was running a relatively low setup here as well, so I think we're just managing to keep ahead in straight line speed. Side by side here in the fast right-hander here between the two of us. That was actually pretty cool in the end, but then 40 does get the momentum in the end and manages to get the spot. So he's up back into P4 in the end, and we drop back to P5. Next one behind us, I think, is Toez. As here's Plevs. I think he's the first runner on the hard compounded tyres. He's going up the inside here of Swaggy. I think maybe joined late during qualifying, I think it was. And obviously, the game obviously gives you automatically sort of picks your car, as I think Plevs was under a little bit of attack from BK as well, but manages to hang on. But yeah, Swaggy's usually in the Alfa Romeo, but he got put in the Toro Rosso for this race. Not that it matters too much, these points will still count for Alfa Romeo, but Plevs had a look there up the inside at turn 11, then he has a look again up the inside of the turn 12, but again, just don't quite have the momentum in the end. Got to make the moves as soon as you can. As around the final corner we go here. Thought Toes, I think, was having a little bit of a look up the inside there. But we just managed to hang on for the time being. As Aaron sets a fast lap of a 35.0, I think it was. We really started to drop
Toddy, that is real risky.
away a little bit there.
You pulled it off though, or no you haven't?
There's a bit of battling going on behind. We'll get some replays in a second here. But 40's now chasing after Schmitty in front here. We've lost out on the DRS there. So, yeah, that's not really helping our cause here. Here's what happens. So this is on board with Toddy in trying to make a move here on Spilly. He's going to send it up the inside here as to cut the corner there. Actually got an illegal overtake for that move there and had to seat the spot back into back to Spilly. So he's going to have to try and do it again. He'll try to get the move done as quick as he can, try and get ahead, because Aaron's not far behind as well. As I think 40's now got past Schmitty as well. So 40's now back up onto the podium. There's Plevs and Swaggy having a bit of a battle here. This is a bit further up the road here. Lap 7 around the outside of the final corner. If he can get the drive out of here, it might work here for Plevs. He's got the DRS. And he's got that's Zeffy in front there. And I think, yeah, Plevs makes the move in the end. So he's up in the 7th place. He's now chasing after Zeffy. As you can see, literally, there's not far, a couple of spots up, a bit further up from Plevs is me, basically. So you can literally see under attack now from the Toro Rosso of Toez through the NZ. There's those yellow flags behind. This might have been a little bit of an issue there, but we're literally holding up a bit of a traffic jam here. We lost 2 spots in the end to both Zeffy and who was the other one? Toez. But now we've got the DRS, so that sort of helped us a little bit here. Just showing the nose a little bit there. Well, just trying to get a bit of clean air as well. I think Zeffy tried to make a move up the inside of Toez, so he managed to get them. As we just managed to hang on for the time being, and that was just somebody messaging me who's wanting to join this league. He's now friends with Harry Ryan. Haven't spoken to him for quite a while actually, but we're getting notifications around as Zeffy and Toes going side by side, and also Plev's going to move up the inside as well. And well, I think literally at this point, he was 100% in front of us. If I get my words right. if I lost the position to Plebs, I think it was probably the last car, I was going to pit at the end of this lap. So as we literally come into the pit lane, I think Romeo Alonso may have come in the lap previously, and I think he's gone onto the hard compounded tyres, which I thought, okay, sort of maybe an interesting call at the time. But anyway, we're into the pit lane now. Didn't have the siren that we usually have coming into the pit lane, which seemed very, very weird here. But yeah, we come into the lane here. We're obviously going to drop way down to the back of the grid here. But onto the mediums we go, and away we go. So hopefully we've got a little bit of speed up our sleeve here. So we'll just find out as Romeo Alonso goes by. So we literally come out in a bit of fresh air here. So, I mean, if another safety car did come out, then this would probably help me out a little bit here. It would catch me up to the guys in front. We've got to get a bit more speed up our sleeve here. As here we go again. Back we go to Toddy. A bit further up the road with Spilly. Trying to make a late move on BK. It hasn't worked. And in the end, Spilly ends up, I think, spinning himself there. That's Toddy gets the move done in the end and manages to hold off Aaron, I should say, well, for the time being at least, to P10. That I think he's going to lose it here on the straight here. And Aaron gets up into P10 now, Toddy back into P11. But point out as well, Toddy's on the hard compounded tyres and Aaron's on the mediums. And someone's got straight ahead, I think, at the chicane. I think it was BK in the other Mercedes. So he's going to lose momentum here as Aaron goes up the inside here. So I'm not sure what happened to BK, but I think he had to literally, like what you do at Italy at the first chicane, if you go straight ahead, you have to like zigzag your way through. I think that's the same here at the French Grand Prix. You cut this corner there at turn 8 and 9. Toddy had a little bit of a look up the inside there on BK, but no can do there. And Zeffy again has left the session. So this will be pretty much another easy move there for Plebs. Up into P5. Now next up will be for Torres in P4. He's on the medium compounded tyres, so potentially may have started the race on that tyre. I don't actually know in the end, but we're on to lap 10 now. So there's lap 11.
Are you kidding?
Starting lap 11, I should say. Now Swaggy's now retired from the Grand Prix.
They haven't run in front of Matt.
There's a few stuff about what was going, a bit of stuff about what was going on, how Swaggy calls that, but we'll get some replays in a second. Virtual safety car's now been deployed, so I mean, as the safety car came out, that probably would have been golden, but we weren't really making too much ground. We had to skip a few laps. Obviously, there's Swaggy's car over to the left-hand side there at turn 5, I think it was, but he's on board here with Plebs. So Swaggy's, I think, a car behind, one or two cars behind, but okay. Yeah, that was, excuse me, interesting to say the least there. Though I had literally no idea what happened with Swaggy, whether he was just annoyed or whether he got damaged from somewhere else or something. I have no idea, but it just seems a little bit silly as here comes Toddy again making moves up the inside into position 8. There's a little bit of contact here with BK and himself, but he manages to get the move done here. You can see Swaggy in the foreground here. Might have just actually just slams into the wall there and then literally just cuts the chicane and then pretty much DNFs himself. So, yeah, it just seems weird when I watch that footage back. So, yeah, I don't know. Just seemed a bit poor there from Swaggy. I don't know, but anyway, we'll move on from that one. Make that what your own. Make your own judgments on that one, I should say. But nearly losing my voice here. Haven't done one of these for a little bit. But getting update on the car ahead, which I already did, Jeff. He already told me the gap ahead.
Taking out the 100-meter board as well.
As Aaron's complaining about the 100-meter board being gone into turn 3, I think. So that doesn't help with his braking marker there. So, okay, back we go here to Plebs, who's slowly but surely closing in here on Toes Ready NZ. And also Aaron as well is closing in as well. I will point out difference in tyre strategy here. So I think Aaron may have to pit again, and the same may be for Toes. There's a little bit of a shove wide there from Aaron. Let's have a look on board here with Aaron, see if we can signify whether any drama was that. Maybe there's a little bit of contact there going into the corner there, so between left front and right rear there, but Aaron, I think, maybe well and truly up the inside, I don't know. Yeah, I don't believe there was a penalty for that one, but I could be wrong there. But may have gotten away with that. But Aaron is now up into P5 now. As lap 14, cut a few more laps later. Again, not much happened as here's Torres. Didn't even realise he was coming out of the pit lane there. That was also the other person that was in the party as well. Again, I apologise if I keep forgetting who's in the party chat, but somehow we managed to get the move done on Torres in the end. But I didn't realise he was coming out of the pits at that time, so that was pretty lucky we didn't slam into the back end there. That would have been awkward. There's Lazy Towels having a few moments there with his setup. There's Aaron, who's just pitted again, and he's well and truly ahead. So, yeah, we have definitely not made ground there at all whatsoever. I don't actually have no idea why this is the case, whether it just had to do with my pace or whether it was just the setup was just wrong or something. But yeah, this just was not working out the way I was hoping for in the end. Maybe if I'd possibly done what the soft tyre runners had done and come in a second lap anyway and pitted off with the hard tyre tyres, it might have been in a decent position in the end. But I think that was Zeffy that was coming into the pit lane. But back we go here as Toddy's on the real attack here from Spilly behind. Spilly had a couple of looks there. It's yeah, thankfully I think Toddy did have the DRS as well on Plev, so that would have helped things. You can just see literally Spilly is right up his rear end there as we cut a lap later. Look how close these two are. Now, I think Toddy's just managing to hang on only just, mind you. It's yeah, back to lap 20 is now he's going to put an attack here with Plevs, because I think the top two have still yet to pit. So this is literally the battle for the race victory here. As now Zeffy's retired from the Grand Prix, as again Spilly putting a lot more pressure on Toddy there into turn there, but no can do in the end. Toddy's going to have to try go around the outside there, not really quite close enough in the end, so he's going to have to just be there to play the patient game there. We cut back to our point of view, lap 20.
Oh, dude, the other Mercedes just pushed Zach off circuit. Holy shit.
There was, I think the Lazy Towel
stopped him off again. Holy crap.
I think it was pretty close to the two Mercedes boys. And I mean, they had fair racing earlier on in the race, but by the sound of things, doesn't seem that way.
Dude, he's fucking retarded.
In the second race. Apologies for that one. But there comes Torres, who's got a bit more speed than we do at the moment, and up the inside he goes. So we drop back a spot there behind Torres, back to P13. It was P12 at the time, as they tried to get a bit more of a run there, but not quite close enough in the end there behind Torres. But a bit further on in the lap here, I think someone's in the pit lane here. I think it's Banana Cakes in the pit lane to go on the soft tyres. It's the end of the races. We get a nice tow here on Torres. We're going to have a look at the inside here, giving each other room, just enough room there. We're trying to see if we get the drive out of here of turn 2 into potentially having a look here into turn 3, just managing to do so, but also got a bit more company behind here in the form of Gaming Burger in that McLaren. So I don't think he's usually a tier 1 driver. I could be wrong, it might be a reserve, I don't actually know here, but we're really under attack here as we're now back into P12. Obviously since Banana's come into the pit lane, but now still managing to just have enough for the DRS in front with Torres. It's yeah, not really quite close enough in the end here, as we get another track limits warning there. Exceeding track limits obviously, but just trying to get the run out of the corner here, which is usually the straight you want to have. I don't know why they don't have DRS down this straight. It seems weird, but anyway, just trying to get a good run here. Maybe line up for a move down in turn 11 here, but not really close enough in the end. So I'm sort of just still playing the patient game here at the moment. But this is back with my teammate here. As we're now, I think the top two have now pitted here. So here we go. This is the on here for the race lead here. As Toddy's going to go right around the outside. He should have the inside line for the next corner, and he does. He takes the lead of the race. So with Juan Williams literally faltering near the back, and Juan Williams leading the race. This is some sort of a drive for Toddy, even after the front wing damage. So as now back to our point of view, lap 22 here. Still trying to put pressure here on Towers, but of course Gaming Burger is also putting pressure on us behind here. As we get another track limits warning here, as Gaming Burger sends up the inside here into turn 5, and he's actually going to get the move done. So yeah, pretty much we don't have pace again here at the French Grand Prix. But we managed to just keep within the DRS, obviously. I don't know whether Gaming Burger has the DRS, probably doesn't, but we're obviously closing, but just not quite close enough in the end. And we have to settle back into position 13. Only one other car behind, which is Banana. He's a bit further down the road here. I don't think he's quite at the chicane as of yet. As cut to lap 23 here. I think at this point in time, I've just given up the ghost at this point in time. I think Gaming Burger actually got past Toes.
Oh, he's going to win.
But yeah, we've sort of bitten the bullet here, and we're going to come in and go into the set of soft compound tyres. And I think that's basically just go for the fastest lap of the race here as we wait for our Williams gang here. Onto the soft compound tyres, away we go. So there's only 14 runners, and we're still at the back of the grid. So there's I think obviously Banana had obviously gone by here. So
should have pitted for hard.
But anyway,
obviously, that's what we've learned from this race.
See, trying to work out what we've sort of learnt from this race, because the hard competitor tyres were pretty decent around here. We just tell Jeff to shut up. Literally, I'd had enough of Jeff at this point in time. So literally anybody that came in early, as we get a 3-second time penalty, that was just lazy really from me there. But anybody that came in very early on for the hard compounder tyres, it sort of worked out because they've literally got track position, and for maybe a few of them, they may have race pace. So and also Toddy looks decent possibly for a race victory as well. At this stage, could change literally, but we'll stick aboard here. We'll have an on-board lap here of my fastest lap as we go through turns 1 and 2 here. Flow it out right out to the exit curb there. Now into turn 3.
Chicken, Snitty,
Flow
come
it
back, I need.
up through here into turn 4, and now go as wide as you dare into turn 5. Cut it back. For turn 5, I should say. We go fastest at the first sector overall, so
I know.
go very, very wide coming out of turn 6 there. You could, I think you could avoid to do that. Oh, you can. You're allowed to do that, but only if you don't cut the corner, obviously. But anyway, now on the one of the long straights here into turn 8. Just literally flowed through here into turn 9. Again, use as much curve as you can through here. You can't literally lose the car coming through that bit of corner out of the exit there as well. But we're 1.5 seconds purple in the middle sector. So I think the straight line speed's sort of working out well at the moment. Probably won't work too much through the third sector here as we take a nice flowing corner there through turn 11. And now into turn 12. Not going as wide as I usually dare, but now using extra curve through turn 13 and into turn 14. Nice and tight through here. Probably didn't get quite as tight as I would have liked. At turn 15, around the final corner. There's your lap around the French Grand Prix, and there's the fastest lap of the Grand Prix with a 32.284 in the end. So yeah, that was basically all I had for my race.
Just about catching all
Alright, Dougie, shut up.
I think Toddy had just about enough of Dougie, but there was a damn good reason actually as we cut on to the final lap of the race, because he's still the race leader, but he's now going to be under attack because I think there's a couple of cars that are catching him rapidly. Obviously with the DRS, if you're second place, I don't know whether you want to be the leader at this point in time, but Toddy and Plevs side by side through the first chicane here. That's going to give Spilly the momentum here. As we cut now into turn 10, Toddy has to cover the inside line. He has no other way. Spilly's going to have to do it the long way around the outside. I tell you what, he might do it here. As Plez, I think, had a look around the outside. 40's now caught up. There's contact between these two, with left front and right rear. 40's going to go around the outside here on the soft compounder tyres. There may have been a little bit of contact there, and I think 40 may have had a spin there as well. So literally it was all happening here, and I think Spilly's may have just held on there. He's on board with Plev, so he had the DRS obviously, as he tried to go around the outside here, or turned to the inside line obviously, but just got a little bit sideways there, and there you go Spilly obviously. You just literally see how close it was, and here comes 40, so it's literally a four-way fight for the race victory here. I didn't know the situation of penalties at this point. It's making you trying to go up the inside, and 40 going. Plev's going up the inside and 40 trying to go around the outside here, but let's see what happens coming through here. There's okay. That seemed a little bit weird there, so might have been a late contact, maybe. I don't actually know. That just seemed very weird there. Like maybe there's side pod contact. I don't actually know in the end, but yeah, fortunately, not a great race for us yet again. Soft medium really hasn't worked for us. Well, it probably would have worked, but we just didn't have the pace in the end. So we're last of the runners again in the end. So Spilly did go on to take the race victory, as you can see there. So big congrats to him. Must say, a very great drive from Toddy in the end after what occurred on lap 1 of the race with myself. So
definitely faster.
it probably may have been a good thing that he may have got the front wing damage, because whether the front wing, whether that had anything to do, I'll get my words out in a minute, but whether if he didn't get the front wing damage, whether he would have played a factor in the race victory, who knows really. But there's the final results. So Spilly, Toddy and Plebs rounded out your podium. 40 did manage to hang on for P4, just ahead of Zach Crichton in P5. Schmitty in P6, BK in P7, Aaron in P8, Romeo Alonso ended up 9th somehow. I do not know how, but anyway. And Gaming Burger actually managed to get into the 10 as well. Toes in a P11, Banana Cake, Lazy Tail, myself, and then Zeffy, Swaggy, and F1 Hawk were the 3 DNFs of this race. So there you go. That was the French Grand Prix. 37 points now is the gap between Zach Crichton and now Toddy, who's actually moved up into second place there. So he's really moved himself up into the, well, potential for championship standings there. I think Revolution dropped a couple of spots. Racing Point now have a 2-point advantage over Mercedes there, and Ferrari are not too far behind either. Williams are still positioned 4 there with McLaren, Red Bull, Renault, Alfa Romeo, Toro Rosso and Haas running at your podium. So there's the overall standing. So Revolution obviously was the one that did not race for this one. We got 44th. We didn't move, I don't think. We're still P11 in the end. So nobody's really gaining on us at the moment. Nearest one's obviously Contrast, but obviously he's a reserve driver in this league anyway. But yeah, there you go. That was the French Grand Prix. So, sorry it wasn't exciting on my end, but hopefully it was exciting up the front there. But if you did enjoy it, be sure to give it a big smash on that like button. As always, you can leave your comments down below. Subscribe to my channel for plenty more Race Spec F1 Esports content on F1 2019, plus plenty more video gaming content as well. Really hit that subscribe button. It would really mean a lot. And also, you can hit the bell notification so you don't miss a single moment when the videos come out and whatnot. So, anyway, what's the other thing? All my social media links, they'll be down in the description. Plus, like I said, the links to the Race Spec YouTube channel, plus their Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook pages will be down in the links below. I'll probably leave a link to the live stream as well if you want to go check that out with Expert. But anyway, until the next one, which will be the Austrian Grand Prix, I think it is. It is goodbye, and I'll see you all next time.